Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is eyinaene, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to the channel. So it's Pink Month, which is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're going to be talking about breast self-examination in this video. Now, of course, all adult women are encouraged to do breast self-examination at least once every month. And if you're on your period, which is like every month, you have to do your breast self-examination 2 to 3 days after your period. Now we're going to talk about breast self-examination, and of course it is so important that Johns Hopkins states that at least 40% of breast cancer were detected as a result of women detecting the abnormality in their breast. Now, of course, we can't talk about breast cancer without talking about mammogram. Mammogram is a very effective tool in detection of breast cancer. Now, when we talk about mammogram helps you can detect breast cancer at least a year to 2 years before the actual formation of lump in your breast. I know, right? But you would ask, why are we doing breast self-examination? Why we can just do mammogram? Now, you have to be able to be familiar with your breast. You have to be able to know the normal sizes, the shape, and the actual texture of your breast. So whenever there's an abnormality, you can always pinpoint it and report to your doctor. Now, let's go right into it. Oh, hold on. By the way, I know the men are going to be leaving the video because they think, oh, this is just for women, or they think breast cancer is actually gender specific. No, breast cancer is not. So research has proven that men actually do have breast cancer. So men and the women, this video is actually for you. Now, how do you do breast self-examination? There are 3 methods of breast self-examination. We have the shower method, we have the mirror method, and of course we have the laying down method. Now, when we're talking about the shower method, of course you have to be under the shower, and now we want to make sure that first of all you have laid around the area to be investigated. Now, that is, make sure that there's soap. This helps your fingers to glide through your breast. Now, a very important thing to note while you're doing your breast self-examination is that you want to use the pad of your fingers. You don't want to use the tip of your fingers for your breast examination. The pad of your fingers starts from here and then it ends here of your 3 fingers. So while you have the leather on your breast area, now if you want to do an examination for your left breast, for instance, you have to raise your hand above your head, and then you start with your right finger to glide through the breast from under the arm. So now this is, you go from in circular motion from under the arm, and then you go through it in circular motion till you get to your nipple. Now you want to be able to check for hardness in your nipple. You want to also check for the formation of lump around your nipple area. Now, while you're going in circles, when you get to your nipples, you make a little squeeze to check for secretions. So you want to be able to know the color, and of course if there's any secretion, you have to report immediately to your doctor. Now, a very important thing to also note is while doing your breast examination, you want to use 2 types of pressure. You want to use the light pressure, and as well you want to use the medium pressure. Now, the light pressure just checks right above your skin. You're like tapping above your skin, so it doesn't really go into the deeper tissues of the breast. Now, the medium pressure goes into the deeper tissue. So when you're doing your examination, you don't want to leave an area with just light pressure. So you want to go with light pressure, then you want to go in with the medium pressure in circular motion. Now, the second method is the mirror method. Now, for the mirror method, like I said earlier, you're standing right in front of the mirror, and you want to make sure you're standing straight, and then you have your 2 arms placed tightly beside you. So while doing this, you're supposed to observe for any changes in your breast. You want to check if there's a redness around your breast area. You want to check if you have breast retraction, which is your nipples going in as opposed to being outwards as it was before. Now, you want to check if there's any swollen things, if you're observing any swollen nature around your breast area. So while doing this, make sure that you are going to inform your doctor if there's any changes from the normal in your breast area. So the second thing in the mirror method is while standing in front of your mirror, you want to place your 2 hands on your waist. And while you're at it, you have to lean forward into the mirror. So while doing this, helps you see the lower area of your breast. You want to check if there's any changes in the texture of the lower area of your breast. So the third thing for you to do during your breast examination is you have to raise your hand, just like I said earlier in the shower method. You raise your hands up, and then you place it right behind your head. So you use your right hand to check, observe, go check in the texture, check for changes, the hardening, check if there's any puckering, that's the folding, scaling of the tissues around the breast area. So this is so important, and any changes, I keep repeating, you have to inform your doctor immediately. Now, the third method, which is a laying down method, is actually the easiest and most common, because we all lay down on our bed. So when laying down, when laying down, you observe that the tissues of the breast falls easily while laying down. So to prevent this, to give it a firmer aid in your observation, you have to place a pillow right behind you, the breast for examination, or fold some towels and place behind you. Now, for instance, if you want to examine your left breast, you have to make sure that while lying down, you have pillow under your left breast, and then you use the pad of your right fingers to glide through your breast area. Now, an important thing, there are 3 patterns to use when doing your breast examination. We have the linear pattern. In the linear pattern, you go in straight lines. You're going up, you're going down, you're going up. So you are basically doing a breast examination in straight lines right across your breast. Now, the second pattern is the circular pattern. In the circular pattern, like I mentioned earlier in the shower method, you're going from under the arm and then you are doing a breast examination. So make sure you start your breast examination. You examine right below your clavicular bone, which is this bone here. So you're going in circles and then you're observing, you're checking, investigating for lumps and hardening of your tissues. Now, the third pattern of breast examination is the wedge pattern. Now, in the wedge pattern, you're basically going in angles. So you're going in from up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You're going in from the breast to the nipples. You're observing from the breast to the nipples in different angles on the breast. Now, this is so important. A very, very important thing to note is just because you've discovered a lump on your breast does not mean you have breast cancer. It could mean any other thing. It could be a symptom of an underlying condition. So make sure that you inform your doctor and let fear not be the first thing on your mind, your first approach when you discover a lump on your breast. So these are the very important patterns and of course the methods for breast examination, and it should all be done at least once every month. Now, to the very important aspect of this video. Now, this is the pink month, and there are various foundations that are aiding in the pink month. That means they are subsidized tests for breast cancer. Now, of course, breast cancer is not like malaria that you literally do the test whenever you feel ill. In this case, you do your breast cancer at least once every year. So this is like an opportunity to get it in a subsidized price. Now, of course, everyone is not entitled to do mammogram, like I mentioned earlier. Mammogram is for people that are above 40 years. I asked why. This is because the density of the breast of people above the age of 40 is different from those of the ages less than 40. So mammogram is for women older than 40, and then breast ultrasound has been provided for people below the ages of 40. So if you're in Ibadan, of course, which is where I live in, you can do your test at Access to Basic Medical Care Foundation, which is ABC. Now, this is so subsidized that the breast ultrasound is about 4,000 naira, and then the mammogram is 7,500. This is basically less than the price of 12,000 and above that it's usually done in, and I would encourage that you should do it since it's actually once a month. Now, if you are in Abuja, Medicaid actually does a very subsidized test. So you can get breast ultrasound for about 3,000 naira. You can get the mammogram for about 7,000 naira. So of course, you want to always get the good prices. I always emphasize on good prices. So at this point, if you are in Lagos, of course, I couldn't actually find a place in Lagos, but if you are in Lagos and you know any place where they do a subsidized breast cancer screening, please, you can put it below the link. But you know, at the moment, Lagos State Teaching Hospital does it for about 12,000 naira. So if you know anywhere at the moment in any part of the world where they're doing a subsidized breast cancer test in October, please link, put it below. You can give us the address, you can give us the state, give us the name below in the comment section. Now, please, it's always better to be safe than sorry. My mom will always say that. So now you have it at an affordable rate. Please don't forget. And please, it doesn't extend outside the month of October. It's just October. So if you go in the month of November, whatever price they give to you, that's the normal price for mammogram. But I would encourage everyone to do it from now to 30th of October. Now, of course, if you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to put on the notification button. Don't forget to like this video. Please leave a comment, and please subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me you enjoyed this video. Tell me how this video has helped you. That would help to make more videos in the future. So bye, and see you in my next video.